But yeah, does look like we're about to start the knife round, so I'll send you on in. All right, 10 seconds. We have a channel points prediction rolling along, so get your channel points in if you'd like to be a part of that. That ends after the pistol round, but we've got getting info on the CT side, Akimbo on the T side, and we're going for a bit of a journey from out of the map to come to the map and broadcast to you this knife round. Oop, there's first blood. Cameron takes that off of Carson, but gets nipped himself. Does look like getting info have managed to get themselves a little bit better in the ground department, but it will be Dia to go down first. Shane on the trade. And now it's a total bloodbath with Shane, the final one to fall. Akimbo take the knife round, which is something they do fairly often. And so we'll give Akimbo that or that side choice. They'll choose the CT side, and we'll get off to the races. Chat, I do want to say thank you to those of you that are hitting the follow button during the stream. If you're watching this as a VOD, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment about your favorite part, or, you know, a movie you've seen recently, or something completely unrelated. The comment can really be anything you want. And let's get right into it. So we got Nuke. Classic map. Gonna keep it kind of chill here. Couple of utility sets for the getting info side. Looks like they're just gonna make this one a quick A hit. But there's a lot to fight here on the A-bomb site for Akimbo, but N2O will fall early on. Marky with the kill there. Obi looking to answer back. Only gonna get one as Marky takes down two teammates. Ooh, Fang joining in as well. And it's just going to be Cameron left standing for Akimbo. He's doing some good work, but it's not quite enough. As getting info will take the pistol. So a solid start for the T side. And yes, for you asking in chat, this is live. Technically, this is 4 minutes behind the game itself. The stream is delayed so that the players are not able to look into the stream and stream snipe, which is, you know, competitive integrity and all that. Now, from Top Hut, ZUI doing a good job will burn down Carson to start off the round. Getting info, looking for some pressure toward the ramp position. Cameron gonna be the one to hold them off. The smoke doing a good job. Getting info forced to wait it out. What are some of the big events coming up? We've got PGL Bucharest. We've got Frag Vegas. We've got the MRQs coming up in the middle of the month. So a lot of Counter-Strike stuff going on pretty soon. Well, this Fire doing a good job keeping the scout back, but Cameron opens up with two. Getting info, not going to be too concerned as they headshot onto N2O, but Fang and Marky both on super low HP. Combined, they have less than 50 HP. So just a couple of bullets, a couple of wayward shots through a wall would be enough for this round to be traded back to the Akimbo side. Double's going to open up for Obi. But getting info, ooh, they're looking pretty strong all the same. Fang burns down as he takes down Laxi, and has to be Marky, but can't quite stand up to the fire as Obi will get the kill, and Akimbo will trade this eco round right back. Gotta love when things, when the rounds go fast. Things are moving along. Getting info are really the team to beat right now as we get into this final week of the league for ECL. Who is the better team here? I would say getting info. I'm pretty sure anyone in chat who's looking at these two teams is going to say that just based on ranks alone, getting info are the team to beat. But that's not to say that Akimbo can't take them down. Akimbo have definitely done some solid work versus the upper echelon teams. We do have the hero rifles on Fang and Marky. We'll see if they're able to do some work here, but N2O causing some damage early on. Dia ripped apart, and Obi just going to open up with 2. Marky answers back for 1, but the damage getting pretty high onto these remaining getting info players. It's just going to be up to Shane to hold the line. 1 versus 3. Does get the kill onto Cameron. Going to exchange to Galil for the AK. Does have the bomb as well, so has a lot of space to work with, but only 50 seconds remaining on the round. ZY waiting inside of hut. Oh, the timing, but it's not going to matter. Obi, good for the 3rd. And Akimbo will string 2 together. That is going to hurt. That's a lot of money sent down the drain for getting info. It is T-side of Nuke, so they do have some opportunity to bring this one back. But always good to see the CT side getting off to some momentum here, because we have kind of seen a bit of a renaissance on the T side where you wouldn't expect Nuke to have a good T side, but people have really started innovating, and it's great to see the fact that the Nuke is not a cut and dried map anymore. Gotta make sure to get the nades into position here. Just a couple of pistols on the getting info side. Does look like they want to try to charge into the field of Cameron, and he's good for first. Bang, headshot, but Marky just gonna put the Glock on burst and drive by as getting info zoom down ramp. Obi available to try and stop them. Does stop Carson, but needs a lot more than that. Shane taken down. We can hear the Glock being put into burst mode for Dia as he falls as well. Marky got P250 in hand. Finds his 2nd of the round and only needs 2 more. Oh, that's a good shot on N2O, but he can't quite close this one out, because Akimbo will make it 3. So Akimbo off to the races, but getting info now with their 2nd buy of this one, looking for a way back into this way back into this half. Not too difficult of a spot to be in, only 2 rounds down, so you know, you're not feeling too bad at the moment. Nade's getting tossed on over to try and hold back this outside push, and Laxi playing from under Marshmallow only gets 1. He's really looking for a bit more from that position, because you're not really going to be traded. You've got some outside players to maybe hope for something. Oh, N2O rips the hut player of Marky. There's still Dia outside, and so Shane and Carson down lower, and it is going to be up to Obi to try and stop them. Playing from vents, not the easiest spot in the world, because as soon as you peek out, you don't have any room to dodge, and Shane will show him exactly that. So bomb goes down on the B site. Once again, it's been a few rounds to get the bomb down on the B site. N2O, oh, cracked by Carson. And that's man advantage into the hands of getting info. 2 versus 3. This retake suddenly looking shaky. They do have kits, but not a lot of money if this fails, and they're losing men one after another. ZY has to do this alone. Knows Shane is over here in the corner. Ooh, but can't hit the shots. And getting info will answer back with a 4K from Shane. So getting info, making sure to stamp their foot down, and again, the money for Akimbo now all but gone. They're going to be doing kind of an awkward force. Definitely something interesting. N2O picking up that scout. We've seen him use the scoped rifles, so that one makes sense, but the we'll see how the double MP9 and double M4 with not a single kit on the Akimbo side works out for them. Definitely a weaker buy, but this is Nuke, where that MP9 does have the opportunity to really get loaded. Actually taking a lot of damage here. Carson going to be more than happy to dole that out. There's something to be said for evolutions of players. These players were getting info on some of their previous teams. You wouldn't call it a Nuke team, but they definitely have evolved to start really picking it. A lot of NA seems to be on the Nuke train these days. We've gone from we play Inferno to woo, we play Nuke. And Obi with a good double. Well, I said the buy was shaky, but the MP9 picking up too. Dia will take that one right back. Flash in his face doesn't even matter. And now it's going to be up to Laxi as getting info, but he's on the ladder. These shots, they're basically in the mouth, and he does hit them, but Dia ready for the second player as well. 2 versus 3. Getting info will make their way down to the lower bomb site, but they've got some players here on ramp. Cameron, ooh, knocks him down to 8 HP. Can't quite finalize the kill, but it will be N2O to pick up the first. And now Dia in a 1 versus 2. They both miss their shots. Ooh, but N2O won't miss that one. Akimbo going to be the ones to extend their lead, not allowing getting info back into this, at least not that soon. The loss bonus, though, should give getting info a decent enough force, should they wish to go for it with the bomb plant. At the very least, Dia picking up the hero rifle with the rest of the team on Tech 9s. And a deagle for Murky. And I also just, I really enjoy how Nuke, a lot of times you do get these kind of standard default outside cross smokes, but so many teams have been coming up with different ways to throw it. You've got the waterfall down off of top hut. You've got the just cover garage. You've got, you know, ooh, hold on. Oh, okay. I can continue talking about nades now. Maybe the rest of getting info, getting fast, pushing through here, but it's the quick and the dead. Obi picking up 3, but Carson will answer back with a couple kills of his own. Picks up the op. And has the bomb, so this one does feel like, man, it shouldn't feel like a 1 versus 3 is possible, but Nuke is a map where you do get some magic happening. Carson making his way back up, spotted by Laxi. Now you feel like something, there's less magic available. 40 seconds, but the good kill onto ZUI might just open this bomb site up. Does still have to spot Laxi up in heaven. But this would be quite a good round for getting info to trade back. And in that smoke, the bomb will be planted. Carson now on the 1 versus 2. With the bomb down and plenty of room to peek it from. This 1 versus 5 suddenly looks plausible, playable, doable. He still got squeaky closed, but he'll hear as Akimbo start to make their way over to the bomb. Cameron just going to get on it. Oh, they don't have nades, but they do have kits. He's not expecting this, and his bomb is just going to be stuck. No 1 versus 5. Sent down the vents. See you later. Well, Akimbo definitely making this one look good. Again, would not have called the favorites going into this, but again, it is CT Nuke, so we'll see if they can hold on to this lead. Full rifles out for getting info, and that was just pistols for the getting info side. Ooh, Carson getting caught here, getting bit. Down to 75 HP, down to 25 HP. Fang falls as well. The mini player, Laxi, doing a lot of work here. The Heaven player joining in as well. 3 versus 5 now for getting info. And one of those 3 has a Galil. Not quite as good as an AK, but still feels okay to have. But ZY will spot the legs of Shane as the molly falls on top hut. And, ooh, well, Dia answers back for 1. This round would still be huge to win from this point from getting info. 2 versus 4. And they'll head on over to ramp. Once again, Cameron called upon to win the round for the Akimbo side. Ooh, he can get himself 1 frag, but that's not going to be enough to win this round. Marky now in the 1 versus 3. He is a good man to have in that clutch. Got that AK out, got the Molotov. Let's see. Do I have CS legs? I have legs. I am a human person. I don't know what you're talking about. I have legs. Interesting questions from chat. That's okay. I try to answer what I can when I can. We got pistols from getting info. We hear those Tech 9s popping away. Ooh, heavy utility being played on into this one, but look at the damage. Carson able to get 1, but the rest of getting info just falls one after another, and it's Akimbo with a very fast round number 9. Prove I'm not an AI. All right, stick around after the game. I'll appear on camera and, I don't know, do a dance or something. I don't know what's going on here, Helva. It's Saturday night chat. And we're hanging out, I guess. Getting in. Oh, we're getting a big old lobby crunch from Akimbo, but they're going to get punished early on. ZUI does tag down 2. It's okay. Lobby crunch going at least a little bit the way of Akimbo. But still 3 players alive. Does feel pretty dangerous. Obi knows there's one on the roof. Heard the ladder earlier in the round. And now the molly will force him out of lobby. 3 versus 3. And time's starting to get a little bit short from getting info. Does look like they want to try to head into lobby off of this, but a lot to worry about for them, but they'll force Obi off top hut with a Molotov. But they're not pushing off of this. So I like this. A little bit of a bait and switch for getting info. Like, you thought we were going to just push on to A site with that, but no. We're going to do some more things. Carson getting up to heaven could be dangerous, but Laxi ready for the shots, but not ready for his second. Watching for the hut player as he is taken from behind. And Cameron now in the 1 versus 2 as the bomb goes down. Now it does look like getting info will get themselves around. Ooh, on his way up from vents. Good kill onto Dia. He's got the kit as well, but no smoke to cover the bomb as he comes out. Making his way around for the mini player. He's looking. Can he spot Fang before Fang spots him? Yes, he can. As he walks out from hut. And it will be an 8th round for Akimbo, absolutely obliterating, getting info on the CT side. Now, this one not looking so good. Full rifles once again for the getting info side. They're having a tough time cracking these sites. I do like the idea of going for the outside again. It has worked. They've gotten the bomb down pretty consistently on the B bomb site, at least. And as the op misses, this one feels like it's going to be a good round for the getting info side. You need a couple of those before they can really call this T side to a close. With only a couple of rounds left standing. You could never count out the Akimbo team. I keep saying this. Just because they're sitting... Hold on. Okay. Just because they're sitting at the bottom of playoff contention does not mean that you can just call them the weakest team. We'll see what else they have to say. I think an 8-4 would definitely give getting info the momentum that they need to close this one out strong. One versus 4 for Cameron, but likely just going to be looking to save this. Only a single flash left on the belt, and you know, getting info all over the site, so just a good way to try to take away some weapons on this one. Keep the round close. Ooh, Fang gonna be the next customer in line and the next one to fall. Oh, that's not what you want, though. That's gonna hurt. Still, the money for Akimbo definitely in a decent spot for the final round of the half, so not in the worst scenario they could be. All right, outside smoke's going down once again, getting info. We'll try to make this play, and once again, Akimbo on the weaker guns, the MP9s, and no AWP for N2O. I feel like I'm saying a license plate. This is your AWP N2O at K2SO4. Bang. Good opening over toward Laxi, but N2O will trade it right back. Keeping it 4 versus 4. Retreats down secret as well. Hello. That is one of those MP9s down for Akimbo, so the remaining weapons just get all that more dangerous. Info, though, looking to explode out onto the A-bomb site, or at the very least, try to make some noise up here before they emerge. Ooh, no, we're getting a full-out push here, and ZY prepared for it and prepared for the spray down. Takes down 2. Can't hold on, but doesn't need to. N2O is here for backup, survives on 1 HP, and will close this round out 9-3 in the favor of Akimbo. What can I say? They're doing a good job on the CT side. We'll see if getting info can match them. And again, you gotta really take a look toward the current rankings. Getting info don't have to be that concerned about this game. Akimbo are just keeping themselves in playoffs because they're 1 win ahead of Bad News Capybaras. And Bad News Capybaras have 2 more games this season. Akimbo only have 1 more game after this best of 2. So you have to feel like getting info, or like Akimbo are really, really just, they're putting their all into this to stay in playoff contention. But as per usual, the pistol round on Nuke is going to be a slow simmer. Akimbo, though, looking for the ramp position. They get the molly, they get the nades down to try to open up Squeaky, but they're not pushing it. Ooh. Hold the phone here. No, it's an absolute massacre inside a ramp. 3 versus 3, down to 2 versus 2. Ooh, N2O caught outside, and Laxi has to do it alone now. 1 versus 2. Got the bomb, though. But he's also got company, both getting info players, getting close, getting dangerously close. They're not even going to give him the plant. Carson pops out of double. Dia going to let him have it. So yes, it is a traditionally CT-sided map, but recent data for Nuke has shown that the T side has actually shown a lot of promise. I guess it depends on who you're looking at, right? There are definitely going to be teams where the CT side is just going to be crushing all the way through, but some teams have definitely become Nuke merchants where you can't really discount the fact that it's supposed to be a CT-sided map. Already spotting the players out of red. There's not a whole lot of utility bought on the Akimbo side. They're really looking for this round to be all aim, no brain. They've got the Deagles to match it. See if they can make that work out for them. They've already lost 1, and they need something. They need to keep this round a little bit close. That is indeed going to be something. Maybe a little more. Otherwise these Deagle buys gonna start to look a little bit wasteful. But they do take 2, and they will be rebuying with rifles in this round. But now we get to the big round. 4 rounds separating these two teams, and if Akimbo can win this rifle round, it would definitely be a lot of pressure on the getting info side, but now we're going to get some interesting positions, because with the rifles, getting info do have to be a little bit clever. You can't just play outside in garage anymore. You're just going to get sprayed through the smoke just like this. N2O spots the trace. Well, can't even spot the tracers because it is an A1S, but can spot the fact that the smoke is breaking and hits the shots perfectly. Shane will answer back. A great cost to his own life, but now we're getting even more. 3 versus 3. Carson looking for that wounded player. Fang gonna show up here as well. Does feel like they've got Laxi dead to rights, but not before he'll take down a Carson. Good headshot, but now, oh, Fang. Oh, belabored spray, but it is hitting in the end. 2 versus 2. N2O falls, and Laxi unable to stand up to Fang. That's getting info with the first rifle round win, and that's going to cause now Akimbo to be in the hot seat. What's your typical Chinese food order? Tofu, broccoli, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't really order Chinese anymore. Just because a lot of the times I don't know what's in the sauce, and so it's hard to know whether, you know, it's like a chicken stock or something. Well, back to pistols for Akimbo. We'll see if they can make 2 better than 1. That's a nice little dunk there. Nade just lands in ZY's lap. And Akimbo will slow things down just a little bit more. There is the MAC-10 on Laxi, but there's something about it that it just doesn't feel as dangerous as the MP9 anymore. Shane puts down 2, and it's just going to be up to Obi to try and hold on, try to keep this round a little bit close, but it's going to be a failure. Is Dia with the kill. Dia or DEA? I've heard both. See, if it was DEO, I could be like, it is me, Dio. I could make the jokes, but they're not actually funny jokes. You just hear them a lot. Does that repetition make things funny? Oh god. Well, rifles once again for the Akimbo side. They put the molly down for top hut. You can see Marky bouncing around on the x-ray. He's like, I would like to go here. No, I would like to go here. Oh, it's not going to work. But he does take down, double onto Laxi and Cameron. Obi with the trade to keep this one at least a little bit close, but getting info. They've got that CT side. They've got the driver's seat, and they have not left. Put a brick on the gas pedal and watch it ride. And unfortunately, they've put Akimbo in the trunk. This round doesn't feel like it's going to be any different. Carson already spotting the push over by ramp. Chunks down ZY, down to a quarter. And as the minute ticks by, Akimbo are like, I guess we're going to try our luck on the upper site once again, but it also will go poorly for them, so... Getting info now within one round of evening this one back out. They have had a flawless CT side. They haven't even allowed a bomb plant. Never mind an elimination. Just goes to show you can never really discount how a team is doing in the first half. Because it might just be they had us in the first half, not gonna lie. Carson just putting down the spam through the smoke. Regardless, I mean, we do have a bit of a disjointed buy from the Akimbo side. A couple of rifles and a handful of upgraded pistols. And as Carson, once again, the smoke is here. Oh, but Cameron and Laxi able to knock them over. That's going to be a lot of weapons falling into the Akimbo's side, and suddenly things getting very dangerous. But you know who else is dangerous? It's Marky, and they line up for him. 3, one after another. Is ZY, the last player standing. Looking for that 1 versus 3. He's got himself an M4. There's a lot of work to be done. And he's not quite... Oh, he does hit the shot onto Marky. So that's that MVP factor down, but Shane and DEA are not players you want to have to deal with on the other side of a server. They're both down on the lower bomb site, though, so ZY could conceivably make it to the bomb site, get the bomb down for what might be the first bomb plant that Akimbo get this game. But he's got Dia hot on his heels as he makes his way out through hut. The spray will stop him from getting anywhere near that bomb site. That bomb lays on the ground, inert. And it is a 9-all ball game. Good time as any for Akimbo to take that time out. Make sure to get your head screwed on. Maybe stretch out a little bit. But, you know, if you're on the T side of Nuke, it is a thing that you kind of have to worry about sometimes. Good to know. Thank you. Well, we'll see if Akimbo have anything more to show, but this is 6 in a row for getting info. They need 4 more. A perfect 10-0 CT side would be quite demoralizing for Akimbo. Especially going into our next map, Dust 2. That is one where that Russian Opera Dia is going to get a lot of opportunities with the op. Well, that's a good start. One thing I've criticized Fang for in the past was being the last man standing. He would get lots of kills, but not a lot of impact on the round, and having him not have to be the most high impact player on the team. He's got Marky now. It's always good to see Marky back in the server. Dude's been on a few different teams. But this is a rare sight. 50 seconds and Akimbo with a man advantage. They're letting getting info move around the map here. Oh, that's the head spotted, and Obi gonna take it off. So now Carson with an op. Carson with an op, and he makes it work. A good shot. Oh, he pops up for the second. Looking for more here. Getting greedy and getting punished for his greed. Akimbo, they want to be the ones to break this stalemate. It might not matter, because the money on getting info is pretty high now. Shane and Marky, 2 versus 3. Marky gonna step his way down vent. Obi more than ready for it, and Cameron ready for the cleanup as the player comes down secret. And Akimbo will take their first round. It took them a while to show up here on their T side, but they have emerged. Is everybody talking about Steve because the Minecraft movie just came out? Chat, it's okay if you like the Minecraft movie. I'm not gonna be angry with you. Oh, there's a dude called Steve in chat. Wow. Like, I've heard the Minecraft movie isn't very good, but it's one of those movies where I kind of want to go see it just to see just how bad it is. But we'll have to see. It's like everybody says it's bad, but how bad can it actually be? I know it's a kids movie, and it sounds like the kids really enjoy it. And I've heard that a lot of the reviews from parents are like, "Oh, it kept my kids busy for 2 hours." All right, sounds good. I mean, if the kids like it, like, that's not a bad thing. Although I do remember from my days working in the movie theater, kids' movies were always the worst movies to clean up after. Like, I sold concessions, I sold tickets, I cleaned movies. I even, I mean, I'm sure this isn't a surprise to anyone, but I went and I gave a spiel before movies. I was the person that would walk into the theater before they had the whole digital thing, where I'd be like, please turn off your phones. Thank you for coming to this production of Insert Movie here at Insert Theater here. We welcome you into our theater, and we hope you enjoy the show, but please turn off your phones and blah, 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 blah. And Akimbo, looking for the A-bomb site here. Marky on top of Hut gets a nade to the noggin, but doesn't matter because he's still fragging. He's got 2 and a 3rd. And Dia going to wrap this one up with a bow. Getting info, going to take that round right back to even. But yes, it turns out I like being up in front of a crowd. Who knew? Been sitting behind a screen writing code for years. Clearly, this is where I should have been. Do a dance for your crowd? I will do a dance when we switch back to the camera. They did come back. So, I guess if you're curious about team changes, Carson was... Hold on. We got a big round here. Akimbo trying to make this one fast. Op getting activated early as the smokes fall outside. But they do have to worry about Fang playing from red. They haven't checked him yet. And this is a dangerous position for him to be in. This could cause some real damage to the Akimbo's side, but the first kill to be found is N2O onto Marky, and Fang can't hold on for a second. 4 versus 3 for Akimbo. That might be just the shot in the arm that they needed. There's still Dia to worry about, and Carson inside a secret feels like a very rough customer for getting info to have, but oh no, getting info. They lose 2 on the A bomb site. It's going to be up to Carson to salvage this round. He's got the 1 versus 3, but that Mech 10 doing some real pain. Oh, that is a lovely nade onto the A site players, but don't think this round is something Carson can win, but we'll have to see. He does have a full belt of utility as he sneaks his way up to heaven. I don't think the Akimbo players have heard him, but they are watching for it, and ZY will finalize the round. So, okay. In the theater, I did basically everything that wasn't managing. I worked concessions, so I made the popcorn, and I sold the popcorn. My favorite thing at the movie theater were those ices. I don't know if you remember those. It came out of a machine. It was just like a... I don't know. It was good stuff. So when did Marky and Carson come back to CS2? So Marky was going to be playing on Fluffy Aimers. The Fluffy Aimers team kind of got scammed by its owner. And so Marky was just looking for a team. And this Getting Info team rose from some other teams that kind of had pieces, stolen bits and pieces of. Snav went to Boss that turned into Blue Jays. And so Getting Info, they're holding on to a spot. Vanity was supposed to come back from Valorant, but decided that he didn't want to be in Counter-Strike anymore. But we'll see what happens here. We've got a 5-7 for Marky sitting down in secret. And Obi ready for it with the duck peek. Fang and Dia answer back, and we'll even this one out at 3 aside, and Shane looking for his frag, looking for his flowers as well. The molly will force him out of vents, but there's not going to be the shots onto the players sneaking their way down to double. Now Dia in the 1 versus 3. Laxi and ZY down on 1/3 HP. Now, they've got the opportunity to get the bomb down, but this one... it'd be difficult for Dia to close. If not, it doesn't have the kit, and they're already watching Heaven. They're already prepared for this. So the question is, can Dia go the distance, or will he just hold on to this weapon? Oh, he's making noise. Oh, he's making noise. And that means they know exactly where to look for him, but they aren't ready for the shots. And Dia will capitalize, cracks down Cameron. Looking to just take away some weapons from these saving players and find an AWP for himself. But yes, Cherry Blue Raspberry Icy was like... it was like nectar of the gods when I was working a late shift. I liked the popcorn, obviously. Who doesn't like popcorn? Like, popcorn's amazing. But Icy was, like, my favorite thing. And Carson has actually been in CS for a while. Carson was on Nouns, and they decided that they wanted to go in a separate direction. So, Nouns, if you haven't seen what they're looking like now... yes, I like frozen sugar water. If you don't know what Nouns are looking like now, they've got Junior. They've got Adren as the coach. Hold on. Shots outside for me to remember the rest of the team. Akimbo going fast outside. Ooh, hold on. And Dia taking a lot of damage as well. Hey, thank you for the Twitch primer. Thank you very much. If anyone else wants to drop a Twitch primer, sadly I can't have the alerts on during ECL, but I do appreciate the follows, the chat, you know, all of it. Yes, they have Junior, Classia, Cryptic, Junior, Classia, Cryptic. They had Infinite, but then that didn't work out. They had Peeping was the other one. So Junior, Classia, Cryptic, Peeping, and Rush is what Nouns are looking like right now. Yes, you did hear your name. Someone was asking about nouns. Or someone was asking about Carson, and I was saying that Carson is not on nouns anymore. And so then I was talking about who is on nouns now. I was trying to give, like, the roster discussion while the round is playing out. It's looking pretty good here for Akimbo to maybe close this one out. They've had a whale of a time on the T side. Ooh, but this round might not go their way. 2 versus 3. Obi trying to get into position, but he can't hold strong versus Fang. He picks up the AK. Does get taken down in response, but there's not enough time for this round. Laxi, this round just a little bit too slow on the Akimbo side. But yes, I'm trying to, like, unravel the web of who is on what team for people that might have been away from the scene for a little bit. CJ was also on nouns, and CJ has also stood in for getting info. No. Oh, we're doing a who's on first joke, huh? I am not going to frag. So, heartbreaking moment while we're in the pause time. My plan was to go to Blast Monterey. Blast Monterey was going to be the weekend after frag. So I decided to skip frag for that reason, and also because they were saying to the frag volunteers that they were probably going to have a lot of volunteers from the convention they're at. So they're like, okay, we probably don't need our own volunteers, so you guys don't need to come. And then they're like, actually, maybe we are going to have some people, but by that time I'd already booked my trip. And then, lo and behold, Monday of this week, Blast Monterey moved to Denmark. Thanks, guys. Totally not salty. Can you tell? Can you tell that I'm not upset that they moved it? I mean, at this point, I don't think they're looking for volunteers. If you were to go, it would be just sort of as a spectator. But given the fact that there's a whole, like, expo convention thing at Vegas, you might as well, like, just to go hang out with all the teams that are going. It sounds like a really fun time. Oh yeah, I'm still looking forward to going to Monterey. I just wish that Blast was there. So right now I've actually got my fiance observing for me, and this would have been his first Counter-Strike tournament to go to, and I was really looking forward to him getting to experience what I've gotten to experience. And oh dear, Cameron, did you just die to fall damage? That's not good. 3 versus 4 with that kill from ZY, but unfortunately Fang able to split the difference here. And oh, Akimbo are falling apart at the final hurdle. Laxi, all that stands between Akimbo and victory. 1 versus 3. All that stands between getting info and overtime, and they're swarming out onto the site. He's revealed himself already. This one feels like a foregone conclusion. The smoke will keep him away from getting involved. The nade make this one spicier. Ooh, but he spots the diffuser, and this bomb is getting low. There's not much time left. The 10 seconds has passed by, but he can't hold on. It's Fang to close this one out as the defuse comes through, and we're hitting overtime. Yeah, Cryptic. It's funny. I was actually asking Adren, like, where you guys were staying during the RMRs last year, just because I was like, you know, where did the team stay? Where did the players stay? What did people do? So, you know, just curious. Trying to find stuffs to do. It should be fun though. We got a really nice hotel. Like, it's crazy how far the dollar can go. I'll have to look up what hotel we actually got during the break, but I'm really, really pleased with what we got. Oh? Well, I'll have to see it. Anyway, we've got overtime, and I should probably be commentating it. 5 versus 5. Is this round going a little bit slower, but Shane gonna make me a liar right off the bat here. Laxi, the first one to be knocked over. Fang joining into this as well. Can we just talk about how nice Fang's M4 is? The hot rod with the stickers. It's just such a nice one. Oh, gosh. Okay. Akimbo, what happened? They're falling apart here in overtime. I mean, it's the first round. They've still got 2 more chances on the T side, but this is not good. This is not what you want to see. This is not what you want to do. They're getting wrapped on as well. They're stayed in lobby just a touch too long, and Carson's like, I got bored, so I pushed on in. And it's a flawless CT side for the first round from getting info. Maybe not I got bored, but, you know, I know that they're not looking my way, so I'm just going to push on in. Now, let's see if Akimbo can change their fortunes. I feel like a 3-0 CT side would basically lock this one up for getting info. I feel like they, even if the T sides were 3 rounds for each of these teams, I feel like getting info looked like they had the better handle on the T side. We'll see if I'm wrong. Ooh. Oh, no. N2O. This is the first shot. Now they know he's boosted up to red. And at the same time, Marky fragging out of his mind from Hut. Or from Mini. 2 for 2 trade, though. He does fall to Cameron. And, woo. Cameron with a second. What was that noise I made? I don't even know. Sometimes I make weird noises. Carson does answer back, though. Cameron, after taking those 2. 2 versus 2. It's 2s all the way down. Bomb in the hands of ZY, making its way down to the B-bomb site. Will be planted, and now we get to the retake. 2 versus 2. Hits in both of the getting info players' hands. But they'll make their way down through ramp. Keep this one quiet. Obviously, don't want to reveal yourself too soon. Akimbo have both the doors shut, but the smoke will give them the knowledge that they need. There's people here. Dia with the no-scope, and Carson cracks open N2O's skull. Getting info will take that second CT round. That one looked like Akimbo might have been able to battle back, but it's just not working out. Getting info looking like they're just about to wrap this one up. We got one more round on the CT side for them. No op for N2O this time around. It's been gifted over to ZY instead. Gosh, the Desert Hydra is such a nice one. Whenever I get to see it. Such a nice op. We'll see if Dia gets to put it to work. He spots the arms of a couple of players here and rips Cameron's arm off, but that's not enough to get the kill. Obi does fall as well. It's a numbers advantage for getting info. Looking for that flawless CT side overtime to make their mark on the first map. You can see through the X-ray N2O ready for the player up in rafters, but nobody's home. Just waiting for the push out. Akimbo taking this round slowly. Oh, that's the head spotted, and the player going to be called out. As Akimbo start to make their way over toward ramp. Fang getting into position to prepare for a push. Ooh, he's good for 1, but falls to Laxi. Now the next part of this one gonna go to Dia as Marky cleans up from Hut. And it's just gonna be ZY left in this first round of overtime, but he's just more food for Dia's op. As Getting Info will close this one out with a perfect 3-0 CT side on the first half of overtime. Well, now things get difficult. We saw some really strong CT sides from both of these teams, but it's always that little added extra layer when you know you have to go flawless on it. Op going over to red is a little bit of an interesting choice, and N2O going to get burned out for his choices. So that's 4 versus 5. Akimbo already starting this a man down. We'll lose Obi down the vent as well. Marky prepared for that. And this one, oh, Akimbo had such a strong start on their CT side, but they've fallen apart here in overtime in the second half. It's just going to be up to Cameron to hold on, but Dia will wrap this one up with a bow. We've got another player falling down a ladder to close out Nuke. 16-12 in the favor of Getting Info. GG's to Akimbo. So I said that you were going to get a dance. I don't know what kind of dance you want. I don't actually have music playing right now, so I don't know what kind of dance I'm supposed to do. I'll do the dance where I end the prediction and start the new one. How about that? Does that look good to you? Now you've got a prediction for the second map. We do have to go to a short break, and when we come back, we'll be here with map number 2. If you get bored during the break, we do run trivia in the chat if you like to answer any trivia questions. And so if you answer 5 questions correctly, which we do run about 10 questions, you get a free sub. So I will see you in 3 minutes. Go get a drink, come back, and see you soon. Yes, I saw you say floof, but I have to take the commercial. So I'm running that now, and then I'm going to do this. Yes, I know some of these questions are old, but we're here for NA, right? So gotta get the NA questions in there. You're here for ANZ? Well, I don't have any questions for ANZ. Why do you keep trying to time yourself out? Behind me on my bookshelves? Okay, all right. But yes, there are 2 eyes in Asimov. Oh man, I like this collection too. It's got good stuff in it. It's fun. It's catchy. You like it. All right. Well, not many people are answering the trivia, so I'm glad that Mark is answering questions at the very least. But you were asking what's on the shelves behind me. So here's the thing. As soon as I walk away from the microphone, I don't know how well you're going to hear me, but I can kind of point. I'll point to stuff. So I have a whole bunch of plushies. There's Noggles over there. You can see I've also got Quack and Lola plushies. Big you if you look down below, you see I'm actually like I'm on the Nouns stream team and I'm like part of all of that, as much as anyone can be. You can see I've got Noggles on some of the plushies up there. What else we got here? I do have a Nouns jersey too. Um, all right, show and tell while we're waiting for the game to start. There's this plushie. How much for my Nouns jersey? My Nouns jersey is not for sale. None of my jerseys are for sale. I like having them. I got old Nouns. Would like to get the new Nouns, even though I think that white on a blue background is better than blue on a white background. I mean, honestly, chat, what do we think? Blue on a white background or white on a blue background? I have Complexity as well, because I had to get the throwback jersey. I bought a wild card jersey because they made it to the major, and I thought that was cool. And not so much a jersey, but I do have this Limitless shirt as well. They were going to Frag one time, and they're like, "Hey, you live in Chicago, right? Are you going to Frag Chicago?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Can we ship you stuff to take to our team?" And I'm like, "Sure, I will be a courier." Where's the Take Flight jersey? I don't know. Where's the Take Flight jersey? You tell me. But yes, might have to change that. Feel free. I heard that I'm getting that Marsborn is sending out some merch soon. Outside of that, you can't really see it that well, but there's Fluffy Aimers plushies up there as well. I have two of those. One they sent me for free, and I didn't realize they were sending me one. So as soon as they put it on super deep sale, I bought that too. Honestly, though, one jersey I kind of want to buy is the Aurora IEM Melbourne 2024 jersey. Easily my favorite jersey of any team. All right, I have to fold this back up now. I undid it and I have to fold it. One sec. Very thrilling jersey folding. You got one? Yeah, well, you live in Australia, so it makes more sense for you. But I just like that the Aurora IEM Melbourne jersey has a kangaroo on it. I thought that was really cute. All right, we'll fold these back up later. Hey. You need to see this jersey here. If you message me here, hold on. I'm sure I can find you on Discord somewhere. Actually, I don't know where on Discord I have you, but I'm sure I have you somewhere. I have to put in the score for the last map. One sec. There we go. Yeah, no, actually, Rue's right. I am the person that goes all in without looking at my cards. Yeah, I'll have to fold those jerseys and put all the plushies back after the stream. I'm not going to do it right now because we have Dust 2, and Dust 2 should be a good time. But yeah, I'd accept anybody that wants to send me a jersey, or I mean, if people are selling jerseys, I have limited space to keep buying jerseys, but I'm kind of enjoying collecting them. You know, I'm an easy shill. If a team wants to send me merch, I'll be like, ooh, I like this team today. I like Frag today. Frag is my favorite North American organization. Check it out. Throwback merch for that. You know, most of my clothes, not most of my clothes, but a decent number of my clothes are silly stuff. But we should be getting into this one soon, so I'm going to go ahead and throw to the game just so that we can be on the server and not miss anything. Oh, I should say thank you to the followers. There is the follower button. The bot says thank you to all of the people that have followed since the last time I hit the button. Thank you to all of those people. I make thank yous efficient, but I make sure they're at least somewhat personal. So yes, we are starting on Dust 2. Getting info have already won Nuke. We're kind of just watching Akimbo die and spawn, which is, you know, that's a thing that happens. Rue coming in to chat with the jokes. Thank you, Rue. But you're right, now, though. New Jersey is pretty weird, so I don't know how much I want to be around it. No one in chat is from New Jersey, right? I'm not, like, accidentally offending anybody. Yeah, I mean, technically my stepmother's from New Jersey. Oh, hey, we're starting. Time for the knife round. Obi is shaking with excitement. All right, out through mid. Up cat. And into the fight. And again, Akimbo seem to really know their knife rounds. They've won both. They've won them so hard, they have to knife each other. Granted, I do think the T side is going to be a bit stronger here on Dust 2 than it was on Nuke. But again, Akimbo will win the knife round. They'll choose the CT side to start, and we will get it going. Just a big old brawl towered long to start this one off. N2O going to take off two heads, looking for more, but look at the damage. Akimbo can fall back. They don't need to force the issue. Fang does take down Laxi, but the rotation is going to be called in. N2O looking for the ace here on the pistol round. 1 versus 5, but Carson will deny it. ZUI will clean up. Always exciting, the pistol rounds. Sometimes more exciting than others. that time. Measured. Getting info now. Option to save or force. We're going to get a couple of upgraded pistols for them. Tech 9 for Fang, I see. A Deagle for Dia. P250 for Carson. And getting info. Looking to brawl out through mid this time around. Obi will spot a lot of aggression coming out, but getting info will make their way up Cat all the same. But they've got a lot to deal with here on the A-bomb site. N2O with his 4 kills in hand. Gonna be like, I have a rifle. And what are you gonna do about that? Push is getting info back down Cat, while taking down Carson as well. Ooh, they still want this. Shane knocked down by half as well. Getting info, kind of getting wrapped up here. Akimbo just trying to close up the net before getting info can break on out. ZY bags up 2 and a third as N2O with the finish. And Akimbo with a nice 2 rounds to start off the CT side. A nearly flawless 2 rounds. Only 2 players dying on the pistol round. Now is going to be getting info's chance to clap back. Rifles in hand. It is a full suite of AKs with a Galil for Dia. Ooh, Marky goes for the risky peek before the smoke pops long. Can't live to regret it. Nade gonna be put down to try and stop Carson, but well, we'll just do that. A little bit of spam. As a how do you do? As Laxi joining in from CT does some damage, takes down the 1-for-1 trade, and a 4 versus 3 will ensue. We're pretty early into the round still. Oh, Carson loses his head by doors on B site. But getting info seemed to still want to force the issue onto the B-bomb site. Cameron waiting for the plant. Oh, he's going to take down the player window. The spray just barely hitting. And it's just a 1 versus 1 on site. Shane does win it in the end. And a 2 versus 1 now. N2O on low HP, but will still spot the head and rip it off. This will be the 3rd for getting info, or for Akimbo on their CT side. Definitely can't let too many of these rounds slip away from you. But I did say that on Nuke as well, and they turned it around, so who knows, really? All right, Akimbo. Looking strong so far. Dia picking up the scout. Ooh. Ooh. Gets chunked down for his troubles. Chunked down, but not killed. Well, he will lose his life to that op of N2O as the smoke plumes up. Info, though, going to make their way up through mid and look for a pretty similar thing to what we've seen a little bit of already. The mid to B or the cat to B, or cat mid to B or cat to A. But they do have a significant amount of time left to work with to go for some of these picks. And N2O down on 33 HP, probably going to be one that they're going to be looking to pick off. That op has already become quite scarce. It's been moved over toward long. Don't want to leave it too close to the rifles, so getting info going to have a tough time locating it. We'll go for the mid to B, just like the last round. And with the bomb plant, with the weapons, it does feel like an opportune time to do it. Obi loses the battle versus Shane, so it's going to be Cameron to have to defend this. And it's a 1 versus 4 defense as Akimbo start the rotation, but he's already lost Shane in through window, spots the back. And Carson holding the cross This round suddenly gets a lot more difficult for Akimbo. 3 versus 4 and N2O on low HP. They will call up the early save, but not before they take down Carson. But this is something you really got to worry about, is the rotations on Dust 2 can be really, really painful. And you lose those couple of players on site, and suddenly you're in a very early save round. So Akimbo will post their first round as the bomb explodes. We'll take a nice remote tour around the map as it's a save. There's not a whole lot else interesting to look at, so, you know, go for a tour. And the question is, what's the next play? The mid to be worked. But you can't keep running the same thing, or Akimbo are just going to leave more players. Ooh, but that will knock Laxi off the boost. That is perfect. And that nade onto ZY. This is already looking great from getting info. We're only 30 seconds into the round. They'll make their way on up towards CT, toward Cat. And Akimbo might be left in the dust here. There's only 2 players left toward the A bomb site, but one of them is N2O, who's dangerous on that scope. Good kill first on in, and oh, the bodies will fall. Carson and Marky now in a 2 versus 3 for getting info. Oh, Carson with a good kill, but will lose his life in the process. So it's just Marky now, trying to get across. Doesn't have the bomb to work with either. Just gonna have to do the murders to make this one work out. We'll make it onto site all the same, but again, without the bomb, Akimbo don't really have much motivation to fight him. You can see they're pulling away as fast as possible, forcing him to stand in the fire and finish the job with the bullets. Akimbo gonna start to amass some momentum, a good tailwind for themselves. No bomb plant means not a lot of money on the getting info side. Not a lot of ADR either. Not a lot of kills either. Marky actually going killless so far. Oh ho ho. And Dia losing the alt battle down mid. That one's gonna feel quite bad. Oh. Well, sometimes the brawl out A works, sometimes it doesn't. Definitely heard that one called a coin flip more than once. Fang doing battle with this op in mid feels like risky business, but look at them, they're just dancing around each other. The flashes will do a very good job of keeping these T's at bay, forcing them back. A lot of time left in the round still. Being info going to use it to sneak their way up onto Cat. Might be the best play they can take here. There's only 2 players on A, but the rotations are already starting to filter on in. And Laxi doesn't even matter. Doesn't even need the rotations. It's Laxi for 3 to clean this round up. Put a bow on it. And Akimbo looking pretty sharp here on Dust 2. Gotta give them credit where credit's due. They're keeping the bombs off the sites too. There have been 2 plants so far in the half, out of 6 rounds. That's gonna be pistol time once again. And what do pistols do? They fight long, I guess. Now the Flash is doing a good job of pushing Akimbo back though. But you gotta like how they're playing it. Right? They're not trying to force the issue versus the pistols. They know that 5 pistols is more than enough to overwhelm you. So they realize that they're getting rushed. They fall back. They force getting info to come to them, force them to use those rifles long range. Fang gonna be the first one dunked down here, and well, they've made it across, but now getting up a ramp is the hard part, and the smoke fades, so now the killing can really begin. N2O bringing out the pistol, and Cameron picking up 3 to give Akimbo their 6th round here in 7 rounds. Map 1, the score was 16-12. Getting info won it in overtime, starting on the CT side of overtime. Yeah, I haven't input the score into the command. Normally I would, but I mean, it shows at the bottom of the screen and I can just say it. You know, it's one more thing to save myself from doing. If we were in a best of 3, I would bother to put that in. But I figure it's a best of 2, you know, not that hard for me to say what happened in the other game. And okay, the Ops having their day here. Dia with 1. Fang joining in. 3 versus 3. This is the best round. This is the best early round getting info have had. Fang trying to make his way on in through mid. His head has been spotted, but not soon enough. He takes Alexi's right off, but now Cameron waiting for the push, playing around the smoke, looking for more. Does get the headshot, but ooh, and will take down Shane. Dia gonna make it a 1 versus 1 as he removes ZY from the equation. Cameron trying to make this one unpredictable. Goes, I'm not going to be anywhere near the site. I'm going to see if I can find you rotating. But he's gone for a full tilt sprint. Gone for a nice jaunt around the map. And yeah, well, going to be more than happy to get that bomb down on the B-bomb site, but does want to be careful with it. 3.5 seconds to plant that. Wants to make sure that Cameron's not going to be approaching. With it down, Cameron now full information of which site to hit up here. Makes his way in through the double doors, starting to clear out those positions. Oh, but the timing does not favor him. Didn't check back site soon enough, so Dia going to be more than happy to take a second for getting info. Well, that might be the shot in the arm that getting info needed. Double op setup on the CT side for Akimbo. And it's Obi and N2O with the ops this time around. Smoke getting blown open, but oh, the op misses. And that's going to let getting info get a lot of ground. They'll be more than happy to grind up Akimbo. Laxi answers back for 1, but needs a massive multi-kill after losing 2 friends already. And these AKs for getting info, they are approaching. 2 versus 3 as Obi does take down Carson. But Cameron falls in mid. So Obi's going to have to do it all alone. He's got the op. Does make this one awkward, and extremely awkward as Marky playing from car. Getting info, going to swarm at this site. And Zerg tactics prevail in the end. Sometimes the best strategy is just send more dudes. Now Akimbo going to be on the back foot. Looking at just pistols here. 3 rounds left in the half. And a 6-3 scoreline favoring Akimbo. More dudes, more better. Yeah, sometimes you just send more dudes and they run out of bullets. Okay, wait a minute. That works. Bang. With the headshot. Okay, wait a minute. The Deagle's just ripping heads one after another. What in the world? Akimbo are like, we may be on pistols, but you cannot relax. It's like Dark Souls, right? The moment you let your guard down versus an enemy that you think should be easy, is the moment that you are going to be humbled, and these pistols doing just that. Carson caught with a nade in his hand, and oh my goodness. Okay. The rifles still plenty potent themselves, but now ZY has picked up an AK of his own. I'm going to try to make its way on over to the B-bomb site, but these players are all split up. And ZY will fall, so it's going to have to be on Obi to clean this one up. But they have to be happy with the amount of damage they've done. Getting info, don't have a whole lot of extra cash after this. And salvaging an AK for the next round for Akimbo would feel amazing. Obviously, they're not going to put themselves back in the driver's seat completely, but it's still going to feel quite good. Ooh, but he wants to go for it. No kit, but he wants to try and either take some more rifles away or actually go for the defuse, but this crossfire that they've got set up on the getting info side should deny any entry on into the site. Ooh, the sprays. Oh, it's Marky in the end with a kill with a Glock. That is the dinner bell rung. Getting info. Really looking at coming back on this one. A 6-6 scoreline on Dust 2 after this start would be huge. We're going to get the brawl out long, and Dia waiting for the push on in. He's ready and waiting, and he scraps Laxi. That's going to hurt from the Akimbo side. Though getting info, not pushing over toward long. They send Fang out Cat, and ZY more than ready for that. Down to the 4 versus 4, and now Obi in position, and they've got the crossfire in here too. Shane, he gets taken down by Marky. It's just Dia left standing, and N2O puts the shot into position. And we'll close out another round for Akimbo, and they're looking strong to make this an 8-4. But we saw that on Nuke. We saw that exact thing on Nuke, 8-4. It's actually 9-3, and getting info still brought it back. See if they've got the tenacity this time around. Again, it's something you would expect from the team that are currently leading the season. Disjointed buy to close out the half, though. Handful of rifles and upgraded pistols. Sometimes I say the same things over and over again because they happen over and over again. Oof. And sometimes I say oof because you missed the shot on the op. And that is a big thing to be whiffing. Getting info, gonna get lots of space here up toward the A-bomb site, all the way up a ramp. They're looking for this 5th round instead. They're like, yeah, we saw what you did on Nuke. We don't want to let that happen again. And they're taking names. One after another, these Akimbo players will fall. And Fang takes down ZUI to close this one out. What did I do? Why? What are you saying frick me for? What did I do? I did do nothing. Which team is leading the season? Getting info is leading the season. No, I'm not like that. Yeah, getting info is currently in 1st place on the season. Akimbo are 1 win above Bad News Capybaras to stay in playoffs. So there's so much for getting info. So much for Akimbo to win here. To stay in playoff contention. But at the same time, there's so much for getting info to do, because continuing to extend that lead would be, you know, a good little thing to have as you go toward your Sunday. Ooh, okay. Well, N2O out of the pistol already, erased by Dia. Oh, and the flash working out perfectly. Fang showing why he was on complexity before and showing that he definitely still has it. That flash working so well for him. Just going to be up to Cameron now, but already been spotted by the player in CT, and it's going to be Dia to close it out here. Honestly, though, for how far apart these teams are, I do feel like Akimbo are playing this a lot closer than I was anticipating. And I'm very glad to see that from them. Ooh, it's kind of been on the back of these Deegs. They've been hitting some screamer shots. Laxi with 2. That's going to be M4s picked up by Akimbo. And suddenly, the opportunity to convert this anti-eco round just drops into their lap. Still, 1 Deeg left in the hands of Laxi, but he's the one that get these 2 openings for Akimbo. But the read is looking pretty good. Shane already in position to try to stop these players emerging from the long doors. That is where they want to push, and this MP9 definitely has the potency to get it done, but okay. Laxi's Deeg is just something else this round. 2 versus 3. Marky looking to peek on out, but the smoke will push him back. No, Laxi, don't use the MP9. Use the Deeg some more. Bomb going to be going down, and Akimbo might be taking this one right on back, but I maybe speak too soon. Laxi and his Deeg will fall into the grave. It's a kill from Carson, but can they hold on? The answer is no. Cameron and ZY will be enough to hold on to this site. ZY, the lone survivor. We've got a 2-round game on our hands. Getting Info's economy, that CT side economy, sent back down to the Shadow Realm. They're going to be back down on pistols, and Akimbo going to be the ones to break out the rifles. But there's always a danger in underestimating the pistols, especially here in North America. Fang in position and just, oh, it's disgusting. He picks up 2. You cannot discount the Deagles. You cannot discount the 5.7s. You can't even discount the P250s. Because the moment you look away, suddenly your team's gone. I'm still in the hands of Akimbo. And Getting Info have left the B bomb site open, but if they get this kill for Dia onto N2O, then things can really start to get dangerous here. I'm going to be planted on the B bomb site. N2O, oh, you can tell the site getting very awkward, very disjointed. Just popping up on Xbox. Like, hey, get on Xbox. Well, he does, and he falls. Marky with the trade, though. 2 versus 2, and ZY on a fraction of an HP bar. Getting Info, going to make the way over to the B-bomb site. Looks like the top of ZY's head has already been spotted by Shane. So this one feels like a very dangerous... Oh! Smoke plumes, and Shane just bowled over. Marky able to get to 1, and it does... Well, it's gonna hurt to lose your whole team, but the round is the most important thing. So I do think that the Glock feels stronger in CS2 than it did in CSGO. I don't think it's a recent thing. I think it's just how the Glock has been in this iteration of Counter-Strike. But the pistols were always strong weapons. They were something that, you know, hey, remember when the CZ first came out? Remember when the R8 first came out? Pistols have always been strong. You know, remember Tech 9 week? Pistols have always been scary. And, once again, Akimbo gonna have to look out for said pistols. Shane, oh, he does anti-flash well, but not gonna be well enough to hold on to N2O. Down to 1 HP, still fragging out, though. I do not drink G Fuel. I drink coffee, and that is coffee and water. And occasionally Monster. Very, very occasionally, though. Like, extremely occasionally. I guess I drink tea sometimes, too, but usually that's when it's winter. Or when my throat is sore. Oh, I was a big fan of balls. Don't clip that. Someone asked about Balls Guarana, the energy drink. Look. 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 We're not going to talk about that anymore. Akimbo looking to brawl out long once again, but Dia. Ooh, playing around the smoke, does nab himself Obi. Akimbo being very careful on this. They think there's still a player in pit, but nobody here but the fire. You decide to give up long. All right, you're done. They do decide to give up long, rotate back around. Smart decision, given getting info with 3 players, 1 toward mid and 2 toward the A bomb site, but they do have to be aware because Shane playing this close B position is something to be a little bit feared on the M4, and if they're not prepared, they're gonna fall for it. 1 for 2 is not gonna be enough. The rotation already here for getting info. There's no one here to stop it. And Akimbo, they're falling one after another, and it's Marky to close out the round. All they needed was Shane to get that 2. Getting info, starting to bring this one back. 7 to 10, though. Akimbo obviously would love any sort of a win that they can get. They do have a bit of a disjointed buy. Handful of AKs, a couple of Tech 9s to work with. Trying to just pull, getting info around the map as best they can. The one little silver lining on this round is at the very least, they don't have to worry about Dia's op, because on a map like Dust 2, that op is something to be feared and revered. It hasn't actually gotten to take it out very much on the CT side so far. It's been a very harrowing CT side, but the nade's doing a lot of damage to Akimbo here. Will force them back down Cat, or at the very least, if they dare to peek this, could be a lot of danger from it. Carson sneaking his way on up, but might not even be needed. Dia already picking off N2O. And as the players, they walk by, ooh, they do get only one. The best it could possibly be, but Fang popping up by boxes, and it's just one after another. Akimbo falling on their swords on Cat. And getting info will continue to punch back. They will not go alone into that night. Gentle into that good night. That's right. That's what they will not do. Totally didn't look up the name of the poem. Now it's going to be pistols for the Akimbo side. We've already seen what Laxey's Deagle can do in this very game. Something very dangerous for the getting info side. They can't fight this too close, and, well, they'll wipe that out pretty succinctly here. Not losing a single body. See if they can make it to evening things out at 10. It's surprising with the couple of really X-Factor rounds that Laxey has had. It's just on 78 ADR, 14 and 14. All right, still no op for Dia. Still holding on to that AK. I mean, he's been doing fairly well on it, so you may as well hold on to it until you need to take out, you know, your secret weapon. Not so secret, but hey. Although, this B site getting overwhelmed by Akimbo. They're going to get that bomb down as well, and N2O cutting off the cross here. This is really dangerous. If getting info lose that 11th round to Akimbo, it's going to be a huge back foot that they're stuck on. Four versus 3. This one feels like a save from the getting info side. They don't really need to. They've got plenty of money, but at the same time, you at least hold on to these weapons just so that you don't have to rebuy for one round at least. But, ooh, Dia going for the exits. Ooh, he might just catch something here. Marky joining in as well. That's N2O down. They've lost the op on the Akimbo side. Will be picked right back up, though. But still, losing those two bodies. The money for Akimbo, not great. They'll have a good crop of utility here. Oh, well, this is unexpected. We've got Shane pulling out the op for getting info. I mean, oh no. So, okay. Before Dia was on the team, I remember Dare was the opper when it was the, you know, Snav, Shane, and Dare show. And I'm a little... I wasn't... I guess I didn't know Shane was an opper. It does get picked up by Dia. So... falling into the hands of the one that should more often have it, but losing that player early... because of spawn. Okay, that makes sense. If I had a co-caster who was also looking at the map, I could have that told, but it's hard to get all the facts by myself. Oh, getting info. They've kind of left the B-bomb side open, but Carson in the opportunity to cut the push off right at the head, and losing Cameron that early gonna feel pretty painful, and they line up Marky. Oh, look at the damage. Getting info, firing back here, and Dia, he's finally got his op, and he's getting to put it to use. 2 versus 2. Fang on a long rotation, though, so it is going to be Dia holding this one off on his own while he waits for the rotation. Dangerous rotation it can be. Fang already in a position, upper tons. Yes, Fang is on the team now. Fang is officially part of getting info, and look at, he's already proving his worth. Dia pulls out the pistol, the headshot ZY. Getting info. They're still in this. I've been singing up Akimbo's praises because I feel like they're doing very well against such a high-ranking opponent as getting info. And now just 1 round separating these 2 teams. Oh, we're getting the double op set up out of the CT side. This is the one map where that doesn't feel too weird to see double ops. We do have the scout for Obi as well. So scouts all around, or scopes all around, but one already broken to pieces. And yeah, Fang wants his flowers too. He's just like, where are the kills? I want the kills. Everyone on getting info is bloodthirsty. Everyone on both these teams has been pretty bloodthirsty these games. Really feels like there's, okay, nice headshot, but not going to be enough to close out this round. You love a scout headshot. It always feels good. And if I were in this game, I feel like the 11-11 is the time for the timeout. One of these teams should have taken a timeout there, but no one goes for it. Instead, Akimbo looking to make this a fast push onto the B-bomb site. Marky, he's hearing the op. He's got Carson close by for support and for that op as well. It feels like this B rush has been turned on its head for Akimbo as N2O loses his. So a little bit of a different move here for the Akimbo side to send everybody down through lower. But if Akimbo don't win this, they're really not going to have the money to go for overtime. This is a do or die situation. Gotta feel like the pressure is mounting. They work their way over toward Cat. Getting info, 5 versus 4. 3 players over toward the A-bomb site. They're really taking a lot of space over toward long. So we might just see a retake situation. If Akimbo can at least get the bomb down, they might have something for the next round, but oh, if they can't even do that, then it feels quite over, and they've already lost 1 on the mid to B. Shane already into position to stop them from getting anyone else over. They've lost Cameron as well. It's just going to be up to Obi, but no, it's just going to be up to Laxi. I didn't even see the 5 HP. Does find Dia's head. But that's all he's going to be finding as Fang finishes him off. 12 rounds for getting info. And no bomb plant means once again Akimbo going to be on this rough bye. Galil's a scout. Pretty minimal utility. A Tech 9 for Cameron. Feel like Severus Snape. Meanwhile, in the other lanes. Maybe that's more... I don't know what voice I'm doing at this point. Well, fast push on over to B, though, and Obi does close down Marky, but Shane, ooh, he's blinded up, but he's escaped, and he's got support as well. Akimbo have been knocked over. 13-11 after losing an overtime on Nuke. This round will be closed out, getting info 2-0 on the evening. that's going to be it. I hope you all have had a good Saturday.